Okay, last one. This time we have a tackler that is pushing a receiver. Now, if you're not sure what that means, this guy right here, let me put a little star above his head. He is grabbing this other dude. See his arms wrapped around? There you go. This other guy right here, he's caught the football. He is the receiver. Literally the receiver, not like an agent receiver dude, but that's what they call this guy in football when he catches the ball, okay? We are going to draw a diagram for the tackler and for the receiver. Here's their dots. And we're going to start with, at the bottom here, we've got gravity, which you can hardly read that, but that's what that says. Gravity is the earth pulling on the tackler. That's down. That's on everything, right? We put gravity in every single one of these pictures. Earth is pulling the receiver down. Earth is pulling the tackler down. They're both being pulled down. Now, they're on the ground, presumably running across the field, or maybe they were running across the field and now they're not, which means the ground is pushing those guys up. So those forces are here as well. Okay, so those normal forces. Now, they're not going up and they're not going down, so those forces are balanced, so they're about the same size. Okay. And if one of those guys is significantly bigger than the other, then those arrows might be bigger. Maybe the tackler is bigger than the receiver, and so those arrows might be bigger for the tackler than they are for the receiver. That's up for your interpretation based on how you think it feels. Now, when the tackler pushes on the receiver, that's a force on the receiver. So that force is over here. The tackler pushes on the receiver, pushes him to the right, because you can see he's over here. Here, put him here. See how he's over here and he's going this way. So he's going to be pushing on the right. So he's pushing the receiver to the right. That's an applied force. So there's the tackler pushes the receiver to the right. And as a result of that, there's some resistance there. Like if you were the tackler and you pushed on this guy, you would feel it, the pressure back on you. That is the receiver pushing back on the tackler. So the receiver is also pushing their tackler to the left. And maybe you're getting so good at this identifying action and reaction forces here. The receiver pushes the tackler to the left. The tackler pushes the receiver to the right. Now, when it comes to identifying which one is the action and which one is the reaction, these are just names that we gave them. Remember that they happen at the same time. And we'll circle them here. That looks like a little key shape in there. Okay. They happen at the same time. Who started it? We can talk about that too, right? The receiver would not have pushed the tackler if the tackler had not tried to tackle the guy, right? That wouldn't have happened. So we generally would say that this one right here is the action. And this one over here is the reaction. But if I switched them, nobody would really know the difference, which one started it. But they happen at the same time. So it doesn't really matter which one we call the action, which one we call the reaction. But one of them definitely didn't happen on its own, especially if you bump your knee on a table. The table didn't do that, right? If you were just standing there, the table's not going to accidentally just come out and hit you. You kind of have to run into it. But you felt a force. The table felt a force. Both of those forces happened at the same time. We're just trying to identify those force pairs here. We don't have to get into the nuances of why or philosophical reasons behind it. We're just trying to identify what forces are involved so that we can think about what happens next, okay? At this point, that's the end of the notes. You're probably working through the notes on here. Make sure that you ask your teacher if you have any questions and then get started on the practice. Thanks for watching.